Good morning. This is my review on 2002's film flick on Spider-Man. I give this a piece of shit film a 8 out of 10 because while I personally fucking hate every minute of this fucking horseshit of a train wreck of a movie and it just pisses me off and boils my blood pressure a lot with the changes they made from the source material, that's just a minor nitpick for me to give it an 8 out of 10 because that is my normal standards for comic book movies, for them to change so much and ruin everything. Like they did with Howard the Duck did with Howard the Duck, or like Spider-Man did with Spider-Man from 2002. Screwed up. Worse than Howard the Duck, I think. So it's more annoying than Howard the Duck. But that doesn't matter. These annoying, bland characters are written one-dimensional right around the core of the character. I mean, to the heart of the core of the character. They are the most one-dimensional character of them all. Out of all the one-dimensional cheesy characters that could exist to film history. That's the kind of writing you're going to see in 2002 Spider-Man characters writing. For the dumb writing of the characters, writing of the dialogue, and of the execution of the story. And I'm not even sure if there is a story. After Uncle Ben dies, and Peter guesses even, and then Oscorp goes under, and wait, that happens after Peter gets bitten by the spider. Yeah, so I'm not really sure what the story is after Uncle Ben dies and Peter gets even in his revenge and what he wants. But it doesn't bring him peace, it just brings him more misery. And he becomes a hero, Spider-Man. Okay. And Uncle Ben turns in this movie, with great powers becomes great responsibility into a meme this time. Thanks to the damn well directing of Sam Raimi. Turning the Uncle Ben iconic, and something that was iconic in the comic, to a bit of a laughing stock in the Sam Raimi films. Of a meme, it became. And this from the Sam Raimi franchise for me. I just thought it was like the funniest maybe ever. What's great power becomes great responsibility. Whatever that, I don't know. It's just like way too many times. You wanna tell the movie to shut the fuck up. And let's show me some cool visuals. See, that's another problem with this movie. This movie does a lot job better with telling than showing. It kind of breaks the number one rule: show, don't tell. It does a lot less showing than and more telling. It's doing it with this dialogue and it's very truly love story writing, and it's after Uncle Ben's death and everything about the spider bite involving and getting his powers to become Spider-Man. Is this lame? At times it can be. And because it can be painfully slowly paced. Like, you know how it takes, you know how, like, it takes, like, I don't know, it just, when something takes forever and you're waiting in line and then you wonder, once you get to the end of the line, you wonder, was it worth it? That's kind of what, like, the pace and the level of engagement I was engaged in at this movie. That this movie moves at that pace. Snail's pace. Of why I give 2002 Spider-Man movie, which is everything I hate about movies, comic book movies, is incorporated in this movie. And there's a lot of shitty acting. You got the shitty acting around the side characters that are not part of the main cast. But this, walk around characters, they suck. They really suck, and they're not even. A lot of them aren't really funny. They're just boring. Some of the funny ones, but a lot of them are just kind of don't know how to be funny. And that's another thing. This movie is like this. This movie, when it wants to tell a joke, it doesn't. It cannot deliver. Unfortunately. Like, whenever they pull a joke out, it just sounds like shit. Man, this is like, and legitimately, it sounds like a legit, like, impressive, lamest joke writing, the whole writing about this movie. Whatever joke was written into this movie is as stale as the drama that goes into this movie. That was greenlit and edited and put out to the public from 2002 Spider-Man movie. So what if Spider-Man is the most bland, stoic character of them all in this version of Spider-Man of the universe? For this take on Spider-Man is the most bland, you see how it's very brooding, bland, stoic, and sort of like Kevin Conroy's Batman from the Arkham franchise. But sometimes we'll joke. But it'll be out of nowhere. That's how cool the Spider-Man is. Edgy. Yet he still is dressed in the most silliest tights ever. Personally, I think they should have made the tights black. Like they did in the third installment. Spider-Man 3. Why? That's the superior movie because the tights were black. It goes all in on making this Spider-Man own his identity of being his strong half, his emo half, his true heroic half. But with a twist that is a bit of temperamental. Spider-Man 3, the only difference when he actually puts on the Spider-Man 3 suit, I think, when it comes to the black suits, because Spider-Man becomes more temperamental. Has trouble with his temperament. And yeah, so that's the only thing. But other than that, his personality didn't really change. He was still the same brooding jackass he was in the first two ones. That will occasionally tell the funniest shit ever. That's how well Maguire's Spider-Man's written. I enjoyed this Spider-Man 3. More so than Spider-Man 1. Fuck you, I mean it. So, that's my review on Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 3 so far. I'm reviewing both movies started in this video, I realized. So, I give Spider-Man 3 and Spider-Man 3 a 8 out of 10, and Spider-Man 2 a 10 out of 10. I mean Spider-Man 2 a 1 out of 10. I mean shut. I'm sorry. I get confused sometimes with my words that I meant to say in my head. That I said correctly in my head, but not out loud. So yeah, Spider-Man 3, and I'm stoned a little bit because I think I smoked before filming. So I'm a little confused. I need a moment to pace my thoughts. Okay, Spider-Man 2. Now I got my thoughts together. Spider-Man 2 from 2004 gets a solid 8 out of 10. It's not as good as the first movie. But Spider-Man 2 is not as written as Spider-Man 3. Therefore, Spider-Man 3 is the superior of the best of both worlds in the franchise, making it the best Spider-Man movie from Maguire's era. Spider-Man 3 is a solid film that is the one to go with if you want to be interested in Maguire's Spider-Man. Because it goes in all on the emo cheese. Why I give all 3 Spider-Man movies from Tobey Maguire's era a 8 out of 10. Sure, I think I hate these movies more than the Antichrist himself, probably. Maybe I think these movies probably something written straight from the devil's ass. Writing, it feels like this movie. It feels like devil's ass bad writing. Like that was written. It feels like it was. This writing feels like it was written with the devil's ass writing, or the devil's dick writing, and he just like decided to pee and write the whole script with it. His urine is what the film franchise Maguire's Trilogy feels like in a nutshell for me. But hey, I will drink this Kool-Aid and enjoy and swallow my pride and fuck it and give these movies a 8 out of 10. Because they're as bland and as unimaginative as The Day the Earth Stood Still remake, starring Keanu Reeves, that almost ended his career, I think. Was that the movie that almost ended his career, I think? Yeah, for a while nobody wanted to see his movie because they seemed expecting his movies suck. I mean, I expected that. But hey, that's what I think, honestly, about the Spider-Man trilogy with Tobey Maguire. why I think the holy, unholy writings, bad writing, things of abominations, were things to be written by mankind since the dawn of time, that I have seen stupid after stupid things that are insulting and tasteless. Like blackface, you know, seeing the Ku Klux Klan as the heroes of their own movie. Like the movie from Birth of a Nation. And that's, and yes, I think that this movie has that dumb writing. Fun. That you can enjoy. If you're not a Spider-Man fan, if you're not really a fan of Spider-Man, or like, you know, if you're not really a fan of Spider-Man, you were introduced to this Spider-Man through this movie, then I guess you can enjoy this movie, is what I'm trying to say. But I couldn't. Personally. I'm just never. I tried to force myself so many times throughout my childhood years since 5, seeing this movie. I've tried forcing myself to watch it over and over again. And, so, I don't know why, but I decided to punish him. I think I might have punished myself enough, so. And that was before I had a YouTube channel. So, I'm telling you this, I might have, build up anger towards these trilogy of movies, and you might have saw some of that anger display on screen in season 1 of my show, in every video. That was probably built up to the trilogy that I've been obsessing, because I was done with each fucking one since they came out. For my point of view, because I had hype. I don't know why I was expecting Spider-Man to do anything but be the worst goddamn writing that I could see on screen. I wouldn't think it would be the worst writing ever put to screen for comic book movies, is what I want to think of Spider-Man. I was thinking he would be some of the best writing put to screen, because some of his comics are the best writing ever wrote in, and some of his stories are the best story. Like, some of his stories are, like, you know, his, like, older, a lot of his stories, like, his older stories, you know, not the newest stuff, but the old stuff, like, from 2000s or the 90s, and before that, a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them, I thought, all these stories sound, well, not bad, but cool. The stories I heard about is from comics. So, this writing and these stories in the Sam Raimi trilogy is called beyond dumb and stupid and idiotic and beyond Shyamalan levels of dumb writing trilogy at his worst days. You know, Shyamalan, when people started to hate him forever once he made the 2010 Last Airbender movie, Shyamalan. And people stopped seeing his movies since, so pretty much. For a while, that was a kiss of death for him, I think. The point is, this is what I think of Maguire's Spider-Man. But I'm not giving The Last Airbender a 8 out of 10. I'm giving that, that's staying a 0 out of 10, okay? There's no way that editing was so bad in the story. The editing was so bad in the story was worse than the X-Men first editing of the first X-Men movie. However, X-Men at least had likable, colorful, corny characters that you got to know, but they were taken to the extreme serious 2000s level of extreme being serious and edgy. So it kind of was fun to that, and ironically made you love in that ironic way. 2010's Last Airbender movie does not make you feel that way, and does not have that going for it. And the acting in Spider-Man with Maguire's a much better acting. Not because it's better, but because it's worse. And more unnatural than the Last Airbender's acting. From the movie The Last Airbender that M. Night Shyamalan did. Because these say like and also, however, the dialogue is the dialogue that they have the characters say in the movie of The Last Airbender versus the Maguire Spider-Man trilogy is a lot more well written than The Last Airbender movie dialogue was that were coming out of the characters' mouths. And that's why I give Spider-Man trilogy a 8 out of 10 for not sucking like The Last Airbender movie fully. I recommend it, I guess, but I can see someone recommending this, and so I'm going to recommend it myself, is what I'm trying to say. Even though I personally think that this is the worst goddamn thing to happen. This is the worst goddamn trilogy you've ever done with this wall crawler. Because the scripts are so mediocre and cheesy, right? The scripts are so mediocre. I felt like, with the writing of this story, and I can't remember what the point is of these stories, or what Sam Raimi is trying to do with the character. I cannot figure out how he's trying to make the character involved, or how he thinks he's making the character involved and developed. Which, I don't know. All I just see is explosions, dumb dialogue, and explosions after dumb dialogue. Is what I see in this movie of Maguire's trilogy of Spider-Man. Is why I give it an 8 out of 10. The trilogy in a nutshell of Spider-Man. Normally I like that in a movie, unless it has the Spider-Man name attached to it. I think I would love the script if it was a different original movie that was never named Spider-Man and had Spider-Man to do with the script. If the script was, that's what I think of this movie. So that's why I think I can give it an 8 out of 10. So what? This pisses my nostalgia off. And my childhood love for Spider-Man almost just got destroyed from this movie. After seeing it the first time and thinking about how many people said they liked it and listening to that over again. I've been listening to people say they like that movie. Really kind of boils my blood up. Pressure up. Because I was a fan of Spider-Man before the movie came out, and everyone hated Spider-Man. Some people hated Spider-Man, some people hated Spider-Man, or didn't like Spider-Man until the movie came out. But oh yes. And to this day, I am become a little bit of an obsessive nut job because of it, I think. Because I really hate this writing in the movie. It was a Spider-Man movie. The fact that it's a Spider-Man movie. And it's got this fucking script. And this is the best it could do. This is the best story they could do. And the problem is, I don't even really give a fuck about this version of Spider-Man. Sentimentally. I don't feel sentimental to this version of Spider-Man. I never got attached to Spider-Man as a kid, but I did like his merchandising as a kid. All of his toys.